Hello, everyone, and welcome to 100 Yards of Football Sports Talk Radio. I'm your host, Logan Landers, and today we are going to be talking about a very special game, the game of the week, the Kentucky Wildcats against the Auburn Tigers. And hey, I can't do it by myself. I got to bring on my dude, the Mr. Football himself, the football encyclopedia, Vincent Turner. Welcome to the show, Vincent. How you doing, buddy?
Thank you, sir. Nice, kind words today. Appreciate you.
Hey, no problem, man. Hey, let's talk about this game, man. So we got the Kentucky Wildcats, the number 23 ranked team in the country, going up against the Auburn Tigers, who are ranked number 8. Hey, we just talked about Georgia and Arkansas, and we knew coming in this one it was going to be a little bit of an easier game between those two. We both predicted Georgia getting the win. But with this one, it's going to be a little bit tougher between these two SEC opponents. So, Vincent, my first question to you, how do you think the quarterbacks battle will be between Bo Nix of the Auburn Tigers and Terry Wilson for the UK Wildcats?
Well, let me start with the Auburn Tigers, War Eagle today here on our show. Bo Nix, basically, it's all about him at the quarterback position. Last year started every game as a true freshman, which is very difficult to do in the SEC. So now you're looking at a guy that Auburn has really hitched his wagon to. Gus Malzahn is saying he's a guy, when he signed him, that could come in and win a championship, SEC championship at Auburn, and maybe go beyond that and challenge for a national championship. Basically, you want to see his progression. How is he going to be in his second year? He's seen every defense in the SEC. So now, really, it's about Bo Nix leading. What I like about his situation at Auburn, he returns a very experienced wide receiver class. When you look at it, Seth Williams is one of the top NFL draft prospects on the board. Anthony Schwartz, supposed to be the fastest guy in the SEC. Granted, Auburn lost a lot on the offensive line, but this is Auburn where they recruit very well. I think the biggest key for Auburn is they got a big-time running back coming in and Tank Bingsley, who I think is one of the best unknown running backs in the country, a 4-star recruit at LaGrange, Georgia. I think he's going to really have this offense progress. But it's going to be all about Bo Nix, how much he's matured, how much he's going to be able to throw the football better in their scheme. And most of all, when I look at quarterbacks coming in starting as true freshmen, their next leap to their next level is their ability to not turn the football over and really make key plays. And that's what we're going to look with Bo Nix. And when you look at Auburn, they got a very good defense returning. Even though they lost 2 guys and went highly ranked in the NFL draft, we all know about Derrick Brown. We all know about Marlon Davidson. But to me, they bring back a lot of talent on the defensive side of the ball. Big Cat Bryant, Tyrone Tisdale. I think they got the best linebacker core in the SEC. Sapobi McClain, KG Brent. I mean, they got some very excellent football players. Smoke Monday at the free safety position. So, hey, with Auburn, it's all about Bo Nix, but I think he's got a lot of talent that's going to help him. And this is a very important, tough first game. At Kentucky, Terry Wilson last year got hurt. They lost to bag up the young man, Mr. Sawyer. They had to change directions and go with Lowe and Bowden. That's right, Lynn Bowden right now playing with the Miami Dolphins in the National Football League. But again, Kentucky, when you look at the situation over there, Mark Stoops has done an outstanding job. When you look at what he's done in Kentucky and what he's done, similar to what Georgia's done, running the football, making sure their offensive line is stacked on both lines of the scrimmage. They got a very experienced offensive line that's coming back. Logan Young is going to be a high draft pick. Drake, the other young man, Drake Jackson is going to be a high draft pick. So they're going to be very stout as far as Kentucky on offense, and they're not going to do anything. Terry Wilson has been in the system. The main thing, can he stay healthy? But the key to Kentucky, I think, is waiting on the young man that played at Auburn last year. I don't know if he's got been declared eligible at this time. It's Joey Gatewood. If he's able to play on Saturday, then we're talking about a whole different situation where you got a quarterback that's coming from Auburn that really, both have been the guy at Auburn. Unfortunately, Bo Nix came. But if he goes to Kentucky, you got to know he's going to be really eligible on Saturday. He's going to have a bone to pick. But Kentucky, as I said, offensive line is stacked. They go by committee, run the football, assuming Rose is an excellent football player, Chris Rodriguez. They got a lot of the people behind them. So Kentucky's going to come in on Saturday at Auburn and run the football. They're not going to do anything different. And if Terry Wilson can make some plays in the passing game, then I think Kentucky's going to be a big-time problem for Auburn. And most of all, talk about the defensive side for Kentucky. Jamal Watson has played very well in these years at Kentucky. Then you got the young man, Jordan Wright is a pretty good football player. Brandon Eccles is a pretty good football player at the corner position. They think Kevin Joseph, a transfer from LSU who they brought over, has played very well. So this is going to be a Mark Stoops team that's coming into Auburn, Alabama on Saturday, and they're going to be ready to play. And this is a real big football game because Kentucky's ranked 23rd, Auburn's ranked 8th. It's more like an elimination game. If you lose this football game, then you're going to be behind early as far as trying to compete for the SEC championship. But I like it, though. Very competitive game off the bat. Two teams similar when you look at the styles. Gus Malzahn likes to run the football. Kentucky likes to run the football. But as you said, Logan, it's going to come down to the quarterback position. And to me, for Kentucky to be successful this year, Terry Wilson has to stay healthy. For Auburn, we don't have to say no more. I brought up Mr. Seth Williams. I brought up Anthony Schwartz. I brought up Tank Beasley. I brought up their great defense. But it's all going to be all about Bo Nix. Can he make that next step in the elite level, especially on the national level? Can he get in that level as a Trevor Lawrence, a JT Daniels at Georgia? That's the step we're looking for Bo Nix to take if Auburn wants to be great this season.
Yeah, for sure. We did a player profile on Bo Nix a few weeks ago, and man, he is very impressive. Had a great freshman year, and just gaining more and more experience, he's going to be lethal. Like you're saying, I could see him potentially being with the Trevor Lawrences of the world. Maybe Joe Burrow might be a little too early to say, but if he gets some more work in, gets some more experience and whatnot, I know he's going to be special, no doubt. So another question for you, man. So we just talked about the Georgia-Arkansas game, like we said. We said that Arkansas has to play a perfect game. So Kentucky, a lot of people view them as just a basketball school, but man, they're ranked number 23 in the country right now. And with this shortened season, anything can happen. So do you think that if Kentucky can go in on this, against Auburn and get a win, how do you think that, people will start viewing them? Will they give more respect to them as a football team? Or do you think people will still be naysayers because it's a shortened season?
I think we already got respect for Kentucky. I mean, Mark Stoops has done an outstanding job. I mean, I don't think any team in the SEC should overlook Kentucky. Just think what Mark Stoops done, man. He went, as you mentioned, to a basketball school. Yep. Took the job where a lot of people went there and failed. Let's be real. Kentucky has had some good teams, but they've never been on this level as far as football. And what Mark Stoops did, he went into the state of Ohio. He challenged Ohio State, got some players out of there. Then he got all the best players out of the state of Kentucky when Louisville was racking up. But the thing that I like about him, and when you look at any good football coach, it's just like the guy that's part of our family here at 100 Yards Football, the legend, Mr. Bobby Butler. He said you can get skilled players at a dime a dozen. He tell us that all the time, correct?
Oh,
the guy was a two-time All-American at Florida State, 12-year vet with the Atlanta Falcons. But the thing he said, and this is very critical, you have to build on the line of scrimmage. And when you do that, you can win some football games. And Mark Stoops has came in and done that. Just think about a couple of years ago. He had the best defensive player in the draft that's playing real well with the Jacksonville Jaguars, Mr. Josh Allen. Think about that. Line of scrimmage. This year, I just mentioned Logan Young and Drake Jackson, highly rated offensive linemen. Powerful running game. So, and about last year, if Kentucky went and lost Terry Wilson early, they would have probably been a little more stronger force in the SEC. They took a receiver in Len Bowen and put him at the quarterback position and still made a ball game. But it's because they were very strong on the line of scrimmage. And I'm very, very grateful. And I got a lot of respect for Mark Stoops. I think he's one of the best young coaches in college football. But we should think of it differently. His brother was an outstanding coach at the University of Oklahoma. And I don't have to say no more, big Bob Stoops. Yeah. So when you look at Kentucky, hey, man, I'm not surprised that they got into this level because I think they got a very good football coach. The only thing, as Kentucky progresses, there's going to be jobs that's going to be coming open, bigger jobs. The thing of it is you're going to have enough money to keep Mark Stoops.
Right. Yeah, we'll have to see as time tells. Well, any final thoughts on the game, and what are your predictions for Kentucky versus Auburn?
Hey, man, this is going to be a real good physical football game. Both teams are ranked. Both teams are very experienced. They got returning quarterbacks. I'm going to take it like this. I'm taking Auburn because they're playing at Auburn. I think Bo Nix is going to make that next jump. You made an excellent observation. Could he be the Joe Burrow of college football this year? Not in terms of putting up numbers like Joe Burrow, but I like the observation you said as far as making explosive plays, as far as leading more. And this is the thing about Auburn that I really like. Gus Malzahn named him the starter at the beginning of the year. He pulled against Oregon, but he came back and made enough plays in that game against a very good Oregon team that won the Rose Bowl now and went on. And I think that kind of gave Bo Nix the confidence. He was up and down last year, but I think this year, as you said, he could be the next Joe Burrow in the SEC. So I'm taking Auburn over Kentucky because I'm going to put my wagon on Nick. I think it's going to be the next guy when we talk about quarterbacks on the national level in college football.
Yeah, we could definitely see it. And hey, I'm
taking Auburn 20. Excuse me, I'm taking Auburn 24, Kentucky 17 in a very physical football game on September the 26th.
Yeah, I got you a little one step higher on that. I'm going to throw my 2 cents in there. I got Auburn 28. I got Kentucky 21. I'm going to see Auburn win it in the fourth quarter on a late drive. That's how I got it. Another exciting game, some more college football. Hey, football's back, man. We waited long enough. We finally got some now. Glad we're going to be able to do these game of the weeks, previewing some awesome games in the SEC, ACC, all around. Hey, we're going to get our prediction records up and higher. I know we didn't have the best week, man, but hey, I feel good about it, Vincent, this week. You're going to be 2-0. I got you then. And, hey, hopefully I can get 2-0 for me. Hopefully we can get a good start, and we'll see. Well, without any further ado, I am Logan Landers, my host, Vincent, with our guest, Vincent Turner. If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and share. We are 100 Yards of Football Sports Talk Radio. Be sure to enjoy the game with Auburn versus Kentucky, and we'll see you guys very soon. See you guys.